Hi everybody, we're back in my kitchen after going to 2 different Asian supermarkets so that we can make ramen the Japanese way. Now unfortunately, we couldn't find actual ramen noodles at the Asian supermarket.
I don't think we looked very hard.
Well, we did, but it was also all written in, you know, either Korean, Japanese, or Chinese, so we couldn't tell what we were getting to begin with.
True.
So we're just going to substitute those for these.
3 of them.
3 of them, because we also couldn't find pork stock. So we're going to be using the stock from this as well to make the broth.
I didn't know we were looking for pork stock.
I told you when we went to the market.
Oh.
Eh. Okay. Well, first thing we have to do is we have to obviously get water boiling. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill up this pot. Tristan, if you would please. Right up to about, see that like line right there at the top? Okay. Then we're going to set the oven on to high. Get that up and running there. But actually, I think I'm going to do it low until we get it on there. Just
like it's called a stove.
I said heat.
I just said oven.
Okay. First thing we gotta do is we gotta get the water actually up and heating. I think that should be plenty.
Sure.
Okay. Put that on the big burner, if you would. Okay, and put it on high.
Which one is this?
That one on the end there. The sizzling means it's working.
Oh.
Or that my stove is really broken, but
It's an old stove.
it is a very old stove, and so it's my fridge.
It's so old it doesn't even have a clock on it.
Yes, alright, so while that's heating up really fast actually,
My grandmother's stove.
what we're going to be using today is bamboo shoots, pork stock. Earlier I went ahead and made what are ramen eggs, which are soft-boiled eggs that have been marinating in soy sauce for 12 hours. So we're going to put those back in the fridge for now and get the other item out of there, so that way these are good to go. And we're also going to be putting Naruto in it, which is actually a fish cake, which is also the design on the character Naruto's face.
His name is Fish Cake.
His name is Fish Cake. Now you know. Now you know. That there. Okay. Also, Sean, if you're watching, you left your goddamn pasta in my fridge, so.
It's gonna take forever.
Yes, it is. For dessert, we got 2 strawberry Pocky, classic of the anime community.
And now they're all broken.
And now they're broken, and then we also bought chopsticks as well because
For special guests.
For special guests, because let's be honest here, you are
I'm worth it.
you're a special guest.
I'm worth it.
We also, if you'll indulge me here to get into this cabinet here, because it was the craziest fruit they had by far that wasn't a jackfruit, we bought some lychee in syrup that we are going to make a separate video of the 3 of us, including our man behind the camera, Michael. Say hi, Michael.
Hello.
We're going to show us trying this and hopefully not being caught violently ill with a very bizarre fruit from Asia.
I had no idea what to expect.
Nor do I.
I thought it was a made-up fruit from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Ah.
Although they refer to them as nuts.
I think is it a nut?
I don't know if it's a nut or a fruit. It looks like a fruit on the inside.
Maybe it's like a stone fruit, peach.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Okay, well, this is significantly warm enough that I think we can start adding the broth. So Tristan, if you'll grab a ramen and open it up.
Oh, we're adding it before?
Well, we're adding it as it's heating up, so that way when it starts boiling, it'll mix it all together. Why work harder if you can make the food work for you? I think I was supposed to say work smarter.
The food works for me now.
Ha!
I control the speed at which food dies.
It's funny, we actually saw live crabs at the Asian supermarket.
Yes, live crabs.
That is not a sanitary thing to do in a restaurant. Do not do what I just did.
What did you do?
I bit it with my tooth to open it.
You need to bite into it.
Oh, that's unsettling. Listen, how did you get it on the fridge?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
All you had to do was dump it in the water. How did it get on the fridge?
Hot water does things, okay?
It's not even boiling yet.
I don't know how I got it on the fridge. I'll have to look at the footage.
Well, review the tape. Go back to this time code to see how it happened. Okay, where the hell did that ladle go?
It's made out of pewter.
It melts. The melted metal gives it a unique flavor, unlike any seen on Earth.
Alright, I got one more.
Pour it in there. I'll stir it. Okay. So now the pork broth is got a very rich, dark hue to it. So we're actually gonna take the camera real quick and give you a close-up look before we add the next ingredient. A very rich brown hue as it starts to boil. So now that we have the pork broth, essentially, what we're going to add is a little bit of milk to give it kind of a richer flavor and texture.
This one has freeze-dried green onions in it.
Yes, it does. Neat.
I'm the ladle man.
So what I'm going to be using is 2% milk from our local convenience store that has never been opened. You don't have to do that. It just happens to be the only one I have at hand. Now, I'm not using exact measurements for this. I'm just kind of going to take the jug and just pour it in there. Just a little splash.
Is that the right color?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more just because it should be a thicker. Which I imagine as it boils it's going to start thickening up, but now it's taken on kind of like a creamier color. So here, switch off of me, put that back in the fridge and I'll start mixing it up.
We're working with a very tiny kitchen here.
Very small kitchen. Thank you, local apartments, for allowing me a place to live without being impoverished.
Okay. It's not expensive to live in Wichita.
Well, no, we do not have time to discuss the economics of Wichita, Kansas in a video about cooking ramen.
They go hand in hand.
I suppose the ramen is cheap, but not the way we're making it. It will thicken up a little bit. And then once it starts really boiling, we'll add the noodles in there. So you can also do this. You don't have to use ramen noodles. You can also, if you have it available, actual like rice noodles and such. But again, we couldn't find what we were looking for, and we didn't want to just use a random rice noodle that we found in an Asian supermarket that we had no idea what we were buying. We're opening the bamboo shoots. And I would use an electric can opener, but that's not nearly as satisfying for a video. So,
That was loud.
yes it was. So, sorry, headphone users.
Do you have any meat to put in it?
We forgot the meat.
Do it at the cheap
I
rate.
have some ham.
That's what I usually do.
Okay, we're going to use some ham because we forgot a crucial ingredient.
I forgot the pork.
We were making pork ramen and we forgot the pork.
So you mean just like ham slices?
Yes.
Deli meat?
Yeah.
This bag?
Yeah, that's it.
We're doing it the college dorm way.
College dorm. We're making a very weird hybrid ramen, aren't we?
Yes. Oh, fuck.
Oh shit!
I blame you.
Turn on the heat.
You know what? Just turn that off. I blame you for that. That's going in the bloopers. That's just the water boiling off that dripped out.
I know what that is.
I turned the heat off.
You need to turn it off.
I'll turn it back on in a moment.
It's definitely burnt. You can definitely smell it burning the pork broth.
Oh, I smell pork broth.
It means it's thickening up, which is good, because it looks like the water level is actually reduced quite a bit.
Should I stir it with the ladle?
Yes, and at this point I think we should also add the noodles. I'm gonna turn it back on to medium, because the boil's going away. Drain your bamboo shoots.
I can tell you right now, your stove heats up water a lot faster.
Oh,
than
mine.
mine does. What?
Give it a whiff.
Interesting. I'm not sure what to make of that.
That's kind of unpleasant.
If we die, we die.
Well, no, it says it's good until 2021. I guess bamboo shoots just stink.
Maybe.
Okay, just put the ramen in there.
But no.
Okay. I'll turn it up to medium high just so it can start frying again. As you can see, this entire thing was not scripted, nor are we using a recipe. That's one ramen in.
Ooh.
That's 2 ramen in. That's 3. Count them, 3 ramen in the pot.
You can't count to 3.
We'll try 1.5 and then add another half.
What's a half?
Okay. So really, we should just let the ramen sit in there for just a little bit while it, softens. And I think we should also add the ham. The ham that we did not think about getting boiled pork for.
Sliced ham.
I think 4 pieces should be enough, don't you?
Yeah.
Maybe break them in half.
Yeah.
Or thirds.
Is that a good idea?
No.
Is my humor too highbrow for your channel?
Yes. That's what we're gonna call it, is highbrow.
I have a bad habit of throwing things around today.
I do. Because it makes people laugh, so I've noticed.
It makes me nervous.
It should. That's gonna add to the comedy.
Michael's arm is getting tired.
It happens. Use your armpit.
I can't when I have to hold up so high. Plus when I get closer.
Get closer. Use the chair. Let the ladle go. Okay. I think the noodles are softening up. We just need to separate them out. So I think we should grab a fork.
Right now, when you're fork. Big fork.
Big fork. I'll swap you a fork for a ladle. It's very warm. It's steaming. Okay. So in my experience with working with ramen, you want to do it like high to get it all separated out. So just like scoop some of it up, draw it up high. Try not to get scalding water on your arm.
Yeah, that's why I don't do that. That's why I don't take your advice.
I'm not a not a professional chef.
We're working on a stove from the 60s. I don't think we're professionals.
Oh, it cannot be that old. This building wouldn't be still up if it was from the 60s.
Alright, fine, 70s. It doesn't even have a clock on it, Blake.
That's very true.
My grandmother's stove has a clock on it.
That's very true.
My grandmother's stove has a clock on it, and that building was built in the 70s. What's the 80s? It's old.
I think we could probably add another thing of ramen noodles into this.
Okay.
So reach up into that cabinet there and pick one of them. There's like a chicken tortilla one, like on the side, that I'm not gonna use the seasoning for.
I'll take the seasoning then.
Yeah.
I love the chicken tortilla. Wish they sold the chili one in more than just one at a time.
Seriously?
Yeah. But they don't.
What the fuck? Oh god, it's like disintegrating. Okay, in the eventuality you do have to add more ramen to your dish. Simply use the fork you're using to separate to keep it under the boiling water, and it will cause it to heat up and separate faster. That's an actual real advice thing. Hashtag actual advice. Okay, at this point I think that we should go ahead and add the bamboo shoots. At least, I don't know. We're gonna just like eyeball it.
Okay. True authentic cooking has no measurements.
Just it's probably good.
Yeah.
Probably enough. Maybe just a
That's
just a little more. Okay. So we're gonna put that aside for now. We're gonna put the rest of those in the bag. I don't know when we're gonna use those. We really did not need 2 cans.
Why did we think we needed 2 cans?
I think I thought that this pot was bigger than it was. Okay, so I think that if we just put the lid on here for a brief moment, we'll be fine. We just can't let it do what it did before. Yeah. Okay. See, look, it's coming together. Honestly, I kind of have a weird feeling we might throw like half a piece of like salami or something in there, but I feel like that's gonna be pushing it too far. I don't know. It's a very flavorful meat, and I imagine that if we boiled it, it would release kind of a different, unique flavor to it. Then at the same time, there's also like the soy sauce in the eggs. That's what they are. Yes. Actually, this isn't looking dark enough, so actually I am gonna add just a little bit of soy sauce. Just a little bit.
Just a bottle.
Just a couple drops.
Yeah, I'd say it's a couple of splashes.
There's none in there. Okay, so it is coming together, you know. Reach down to the bottom and mix it up. Make sure those bamboo shoots aren't like stuck on the bottom.
That looks like they're tangled into the noodles, so that's good.
That's very good. Okay, so I think that what we should do now really is just let it all like heat up. So we'll turn it on to low heat and put the lid on it for like 10 minutes.
Alright.
Any foresee any problems with that or anything?
I can't imagine it'll overflow on low. I mean, we had it on high before, so...
Yeah, that's true. We put it on it for too long. Actually, I think we could probably leave it on medium that's on now, because it looks like it's not even like rolling anymore. So those bamboo shoots stink.
I'm just having trouble smelling stuff right now.
It's a very pungent kind of
Oh. Yeah, my right nostril's plugged up. I can't smell.
almost like sulfurous, kind of like a little bit, like very 4th of July-esque. No,
Oh,
there it goes. You don't have to mess with the heat with it. You just gotta open it up.
okay. It has overflowed twice now.
It has. I really hope this is good. If not, we've just wasted both a day and a significant amount of time cooking.
That's one of the bloopers.
With the pot lid?
Yes. Well, that too. If you're looking for a comprehensive guide, you came to the wrong place.
This is not an instructional video on how to cook ramen. By any means.
This is an adventure.
This is an adventure. Here, do you want to try a bamboo shoot?
Oh.
This tastes done.
Okay, good.
There.
It's softer than at Yokohama.
I think we did it for too long.
Yeah. We should probably take it off now, though.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
And we haven't been at this for quite some time.
We have. I think at this point, the ramen is done. I think this is as good as we're gonna get it. So, oh my god, these handles are hot.
Do you not have any kitchen gloves?
Well, I do, but I used this pot before, and it wasn't that hot, which makes me think that it might have something to do with the fact it's boiled over twice. So now that it's off heat, I'm gonna put the lid on there to keep the heat in it,
And now we
As-
get to the art.
as is actually intended. This is actually really tight. Okay, so there's the fish cake. And we're going to take. That's a good one. No, it's a little. Oh, that's what I'm trying to do here. It's just good. It's like, that takes a little later. That is kind of worse. That's like that looks like something sort of like design. Come on. Okay. So I'm just kind of like not too bad. And then like professional shop, it's not the I can use this. I'll just right here. Did you want to see the video on this? We're going to get a good time. Really good. How much? No, you start. Come on. No, it's not. Just a little bit. Just look at my face. Don't this. There's a little black place. What's in there? So and the light rest is super warm. We can do it. Perfect. That's the worst kind. Okay, I'm going down myself. Success. So now that we've gone ahead and do that and almost ruined my stove, I think it's time that we sit down and eat.
Yes.
First thing we gotta do is we gotta cut open the eggs, cut them in half. After that, I think we'll be good. And we'll come back and get everybody's rating on the ramen.
Yep.
All right. What were your thoughts on the ramen?
I thought it was good, although the noodles, we definitely overcooked the noodles by a lot.
Yeah, we put the noodles in too early.
We boiled over twice.
Okay, so hang on, give it a second so I have a cutting point. Okay, Michael, what do you think of the noodles?
I think for the most part they were really good actually. Noodles tasted pretty solid. The broth, or was it
Broth?
broth? Yeah, the broth was really good. Didn't care for the Naruto though.
Yeah, it didn't have any flavor really.
Yeah. No, but the mix with ham was pretty good.
Yeah. So, good little thing to throw together to impress dinner guests with ramen.
Well, I mean, it's ramen.
Well, yeah, but you know. Honestly, I didn't care for it very much, which is ironic because I'm the one that made it.
You guys spent like 30 minutes on it too.
Sure, we did. Did we get 30 minutes of footage?
Yeah, it really was 30 minutes.
Damn.